Hey guys, what is up? This is Swift of Chinese Tech. Today I finally have the review of the OnePlus One phone. Another reason why I took so long is mainly because I had other commitments and they were really urgent. And the other thing is that I had to try different ROMs out because I wanted to verify if one of the issue that I had, whether it was due to the ROM that I had or whether it is actually the phone itself, the phone hardware. So I'll talk more about that in a while. But anyways, here it is. This is the full review again. I have the full written review. The link to that will be in the description bar. If you missed out anything, or if I missed out anything, do refer to that, and it'll be a fuller picture of what are my thoughts of the phone. So, anyways, as always, we're gonna begin with some specifications of the phone. What I have here right now is the Chinese edition. The main difference is the LTE bands that it supports. The international version supports more bands, whereas the Chinese ones are lesser. So you just have to hear it again. The specification table will be in the full written review. So if you missed out anything, or if I've gone through it too fast or it's unclear, you can just refer to that table. So anyways, the phone dimensions are 152.9 by 75.9 and 8.9 mm thick. Yeah, it supports a single micro SIM. You can see here, this is the slot here where you use the pin eject 2 that is provided to actually put in your SIM card, this micro SIM. And the networks that it supports are 2G networks are GSM 850, 900, 1800 and 1900 megahertz. For 3G network is WCDMA 850, 900, 1700, 1900 and 2100. And now for 4G networks, for the Chinese version, it supports bands 1, 3 and 7, whereas the international version, the one where at the back you will see a Synergen mod logo here, it supports band 1, 3, 4, 7, 17, 38 and 40. So you can see that the international versions do support many more bands as compared to the Chinese one. Display size, this is a 5.5 inch, what they call it, the LTPS LCD, that's protected by Gorilla Glass 3. Resolution is Full HD 1080p. The hardware that powers the phone is the CPU is Snapdragon 801 and the GPU is the Adreno 330. Some of the top of the line phone chips out there, at least for now. The RAM that this phone has is 3 gigs, so definitely a gig more than what most flagship phones in the past have. So this is the step up already. In terms of ROM, there are two versions. There's the 16 gig one and the 64 gig. I strongly suggest that you get the 64 gig one if it's possible, because it does not support any storage expansion besides USB OTG. Other than that, for camera options, we have a 5 megapixel camera in front and 13 megapixel camera at the back, capable of taking a 4K video at 30 frames per second. The OS that it runs on the Chinese version is supposedly Color OS. On the international version is Synergen mod. And there are many different ROMs. The ROM that I'm currently running on right now is called Veneer, I think. I just installed it just to show you guys how cool it is, that you can try out many different things. GPS on this phone, there is a GPS with GLONASS. WLAN, it supports up to AC, wireless AC, so it's future proof. Battery is a 3100 milliampere hour non-removable battery, and Bluetooth 4.1, and as mentioned earlier, micro USB OTG support, and there's NFC support as well. So now, specifications aside, we'll just talk about the design and build quality. The phone looks okay, nothing too special. Again, we have the volume rocker at the side, the left side, and the power button at the right, which I like how they separate it from each other rather than having all at one side. Another thing is that they have the speakers at the bottom, and so well, this is better. I believe this is definitely better as compared to having speakers at the back. I would definitely prefer it to be at the front, but this is definitely a step up. So yeah, speakers here at the bottom, and they work pretty okay. So yeah, design wise, nothing too much to complain about. As for build quality, it feels very sturdy to the touch. It's definitely a premium feeling phone. There's this heft to it, and for the price you're paying for, this is definitely something that you cannot get anywhere really. Nowadays phones are getting more and more value for money, and this is one of them. So yeah, design and build quality wise, design is fine, nothing too special, but nothing bad about it either, and build quality is great. So we'll jump straight to the display, which you can see here. So the display is pretty much performs similar to what do you call it, all the other phones that I've reviewed so far. It's vibrant, colors are vibrant, and the thing is that you can of course go very bright, and then you can go very dim as well, depending on the situation, which is very nice. I like the adjustment of the brightness on this screen. So all in all, the display is pretty good. In terms of phone performance, now here comes the part that you have to pay attention to. General usage of the phone is pretty fine. You can see that, of course, I just flashed this, so this is brand new. So, but I've used it for quite some time already, and there was no significant lag or slowdowns at all when I'm using it. All kinds of app works perfectly fine. Games as well, which you'll see later on. So yeah, general UI responsiveness is there. Nothing to complain about. In terms of phone usage, I made calls here and there, no drop calls so far, but I'm assuming it's due to when I'm speaking on the phone, I'm actually not moving around. Whereas if I'm speaking on the phone and moving around, say on a train or on a bus, there might be some issues, which I will explain more in just a while. So other than that, messaging works fine, signal is okay, everything of the phone functionality works perfectly fine. Now the only problem now, here comes the problem, the main issue is the signal strength. Signal strength isn't the best that I've experienced on phones, and it fluctuates quite crazily, especially on the move. Now I'm not too sure what is happening, whether this is a hardware issue or a software issue, but when I'm traveling on a train, there were frequent disconnects where the bar totally disconnects, so you are not connected to the mobile network at all. I'm not sure why is that the case. I've searched it online, and apparently there are a lot of people that experience this issue. So I'm assuming that the hardware might be slightly faulty. Otherwise, it's the software that can be updated. Hopefully, it's a software problem. Of course, it's fixed though when you actually disable the auto band switching kind of thing. And if you switch it just mainly to 3G, the phone works perfectly fine. So I'm thinking that there's an issue with the LTE band, whether is it the antenna within the phone itself, the LTE section of it not being properly implemented. I'm not too sure. But other than that, if the current fix, the hot fix for it is to actually disable auto switching and just choose that you want 3G, and that issue should be fixed. So that's one of the major problems which can be fixed. But if that means that you would not have your 4G network if you were to apply that fix, of course. So yeah, you have to choose whether you want intermittent connection or fast speed. Of course, if you're not on the move, this problem doesn't occur. It only happens when you're on the move. So in terms of the GPS, it works perfectly fine. The tracking is great. Locking takes is pretty quick, and once locked, you are be sure that you will be guided to the right direction. So yeah, GPS on this phone works pretty well as well. So now we'll jump to battery life. For battery life, this phone lasts pretty long. I've managed to pull out 4 hours of screen on time browsing the web, watching videos on YouTube, etc. And I still managed to have another 36 hours of standby, I believe. So if you're gonna say a whole day of usage, very very heavy usage, you can definitely get away with 4 hours of screen off time, and then or 6 hours in a day, and then get home with still battery, with battery left to spare. So yeah, battery life on this phone is pretty decent. Now your mileage may vary according to the ROM that you have. Certain ROMs do not perform as well as others, but overall the battery does last pretty well. So now I'll go into the gaming performance, which I've started halfway. You're gonna see here that for most parts of it is that the phone runs pretty okay, but you'll notice that you can just see there right now, there was some slowdowns and some, look at that. I'm not too sure what's the issue here, but for example, on the Find 7A with a similar spec phone, the Adreno 330, it didn't lag like this. It's not exactly laggy, but it's just not smooth. There's all these frequent frame rate dips. So yeah, gaming performance is kind of weird, really. It works. It definitely works well. But it's definitely not living up to its performance, and I've tried it on various different ROMs already, so you cannot say that it's the ROM that's the issue. But it works. It is kind of smooth, but there are some performance issues there. As you can see, there are some slowdowns every once in a while, but it's definitely playable, and yeah, I'm not sure why it's not performing to its full potential. But so that's something you want to take note. This can probably be solved with a software update in the future. So yeah. So in terms of camera, camera-wise, the sensor of the OnePlus One phone is pretty much the same and identical to the Oppo Find 7A. So I didn't actually put sample photos up. If you would like some sample photos, do refer to the Find 7A camera section, and all of it should be pretty much similar. So now we go to the very exciting part of this phone, which I think is what actually makes it stands out from the rest, besides the price point and value this phone provides, is that this phone has amazing official and community support. There are various a variety of ROMs out there, developers all developing for this particular phone. It's just amazing. As you see here, this one here right now is the Veneer. I can show you quickly. Then there's the official Synergen mod. There are the official Color OS as well. So there are lots and lots of support for this phone. And if you're one that is if you're someone that wants to try something out, like different kind of ROMs and tweaks and apply modifications, etc., this is definitely something that you can play with. And there are not many phones out there besides, say, the Nexus phone, the Google Nexus phones, that support so many different developers, or rather have so many backing of developers backing. So yeah, officially and the community behind this phone is absolutely amazing. So if you would want to try different ROMs out, this is definitely a phone that you can buy, as there are a lot of ROMs that support it. So yeah, that's about it really. Nothing much else to say. I'm not going to go through the ROM itself. That will be for another day, I guess. There's so many different ones. If you like a review of the Synergen mod, do refer to the countless and countless of reviews out there already. And if you like a review of the Color OS, you can refer back to the Oppo Find 7A review that I've made regarding Color OS itself. So time for my verdict. This phone currently is selling on an invitation-based system, so it's kind of weird. You cannot really get it anywhere unless you have an invitation, or unless you want to buy it from a third-party reseller. At least that's for the international phone. International phone is by invitation. The Chinese version, it's available from third-party resellers, and I'm not sure if they sell it officially through their website or anything like that. That's not what I heard. So you have to buy it off the resellers. And either way, there is this certain markup to the phone as compared to the official site. So even with the markup, I do believe the phone provides quite a good value to it. And if you are able to get it at the official retail price, it's really good. It's a really good buy. One of the best value for money phone. The hardware is amazing, and the software is absolutely fantastic. That this is something that sets it apart from the rest. So if you have an invitation, do buy it. Of course, this is one of the best phones that you can buy with money at this current day and age, and it doesn't cost that much either, and it performs pretty well. So yeah, that's about it. That's my review of the OnePlus One phone. If you have any comments and questions, do let me know via the comment section, or you can just private message me as well. Otherwise, do read the full written review in the website at chinesetech.net. Link to it will be in the description bar. Otherwise, I'll see you guys again soon. Subscribe for more of such videos. And yeah, I'll repeat myself again. I'll see you guys again very soon.